After a 1-3 start, none of us predicted that USC would finish 9-3, but there the Trojans are after 8 straight wins, a perfect 6-0 season in the Coliseum after defeating Notre Dame 45-27 with Dylan Hernandez and Zach Helfand. I'm Lindsay Theory for the Los Angeles Times. Dylan, you took this team apart after that loss to the Utes in Salt Lake City, but what a turnaround and what an unexpected turnaround after how they were playing.
Yeah, they are really a good team now, and I think we really kind of saw it at the end of that first half there, right? It's an uncomfortably kind of close game, and all of a sudden they put up 14 points, blow the game wide open. That's what good teams do.
It was a senior day here. Dory Jackson, he's not a senior, he's a junior who's draft eligible, and he absolutely lit it up, Zach. A punt return for a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then also an offensive touchdown. What can this guy do?
You could say he helped resurrect USC season after Dylan buried them. Barry had a funeral for them in his column. Should be digging them up right now. But, I mean, it's weird. It's kind of a weird situation where he's almost a better Heisman candidate than Thorpe candidate. He's a Thorpe finalist for the best defensive back in the country. He gave up another touchdown today and then followed that up with a ridiculous return touchdown where he leaped over the kicker. So he does it all for USC. He's probably not the best defensive back in the nation, but he's one of the best all-around players.
USC's playing in a completely different brand of football than they started. Sam Darnold, he was the star when he took over, but now the ball's really getting spread out. And Ronald Jones, he's as powerful and as exciting as any USC player.
Yeah, he's a really good back. Obviously, you just kind of saw that first touchdown when he just kind of bounced to the right and, just kind of outran everybody. You also look at the protection, I think. It's one thing that's really kind of underrated. I've split time between here and UCLA, and you see what's happening at UCLA. They have no time at all, There were times Darnold back there, it felt like he had 5-6 seconds, to throw the ball. So, yeah, no, you're right. Everything just kind of seems to be clicking for them right now.
Clay Helton, people were ready to call for his head after the start of the season. The players had a players-only meeting after that loss to Utah, and they turned it around. Zach, it's hard to put your finger on one thing, but what do you think was the key to this turnaround?
Well, I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. Helton, the thing that's really helped when they went 1-3 is that he's the same person, he tries to be. Even when he's pissed off or mad, he's always steady. You can't really tell what he's thinking. He's positive, and he's always the same person. So the team didn't panic because he didn't panic. So that really helps. You could look at the game like Stanford maybe when a little bit of fire or pumping them up and telling them, hey, you guys are the better team, let's go out here and win this. That might have helped in that situation. But once they went 1-3, I think the turnaround is really a credit to just him being steady, not panicking, and the team picked up on that.
Now they're 9-3, and if there's anybody who's probably ecstatic about that, it's Bill Plaschke, who wrote that this team should hire Clay Helton. Dylan, they're 9-3, but is this team a top 4 team in the country?
I think it is. They have game breakers here. Not just Dory Jackson. I think Ronald Jones, you have to put him in that category. And even though he had kind of a quiet game today, I still think Sam Darnold fits in that category. And that's kind of what separates, I think, kind of the good teams from the very good teams. And I think SC right now is a very good team.
That loss to Utah made it tough for USC in the Pac-12 South. Right now, they are watching the Colorado-Utah game, hoping for that Utes victory. If they get it, they go to the Pac-12 championship game. If they don't, what's in their future?
Possibly a Rose Bowl. What they would need to happen is for Colorado to lose to Washington in the Pac-12 championship game, and they probably want them to lose them by as many points as possible. I think it's probably a toss-up right now. Does a 3-loss Colorado get in, having gone to the championship game, having gone that extra game? Or would a 3-loss USC team get in who had beaten Utah? I think that's what they have for them. They have the head-to-head, and they're playing as well as anyone right now, except maybe Alabama. So I think my gut is saying that even if Colorado, which is playing right now, wins and goes to the Pac-12 championship, I think USC still probably more likely than not goes to the Rose Bowl.
That USC brand carries this football a long way. Once again, the Trojans finished the regular season 9-3 after defeating rival Notre Dame. With Dylan and Zach, I'm Lindsay for the LA Times.